Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. We are doing the week of the 30th of October through to the 5th of November 2023. Crazy to think that next month is the end of the year. You know, we're there. We're in silly season. It's official. And we've just come out of eclipse season. We are officially into Scorpio season. Like, you know, things are a little bit crazy out there at the moment, but we have to just do what we can to exist and to survive and to make the most of the opportunities and situations that are presented to us. So this week I have chosen, I'm going to call them two opposite decks. I have bright, bold and beautiful, and I have two-toned and serious. So the decks that I have, and just to show you, well, I was going to show you the boxes, but I don't have the boxes. This is the Earthcraft Oracle. It's all earth-centered, it's beautiful, it's fabulous, it's bright, it's bold. And then I have Tarot of the Abyss. So Tarot of the Abyss is basically, it's not even a white, it's like an off-white and grey, hand-drawn, hand-illustrated by Anatorian, beautiful deck. But this is a serious deck. The artwork is just so provocative. It is absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to use these two decks to get us our TarotScopes for the week ahead. So for those of you who are here for the first time, just to explain to you how it works, there are timestamps down below in the description of this particular video or in the timeline of this particular video. You will find the timestamps that you can use to navigate straight to the video or the horoscope that you, or the, let me get the right words, the zodiac that you are interested in. I do recommend that if you know your sun sign, as most of you do, to watch your sun sign. But if you know your rising sign, so if you've had your astrology natal chart done and you know your rising sign, I highly recommend that you watch for your rising sign as well, or mostly. We're going to use, as I said, these two decks. The Oracle is going to give us the theme for the week ahead, and the Tarot will give us the detail for that. There are timestamps. Other than that, I don't need to say anything more to you, except to say, please, if you enjoy my channel, if you enjoy the content I bring you, please do give the video a thumbs up, give it a like. If you haven't already done, please smash that subscribe button for me, and comment on the video, because doing those three little things will basically help my channel to be seen, to be recognized, to be acknowledged, and help my channel to grow. And if the channel grows, it means I'm able to continue bringing you this amazing content that hopefully helps you and guides you on your journey. So friends, I am going to switch over now. We're going to start with Aries as always and move our way through the zodiac through to Pisces. You can navigate on the timestamps, and yeah, see you at your zodiac. So Aries, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what the week ahead has in store for you. So we're going to start with the Oracle. I have shuffled these decks before I started recording, so just going to give them all one shuffle on camera, cut the deck, and taking a card. I'm going to put these others out of the way. This is going to give you the theme for the week ahead. Let's have a look and see, Aries, what is your theme? And you have got Sight of Owl, card 28. Isn't this artwork gorgeous? I mean, just look at these colors. So here we have a lady, and she has purple hair like I do, so I love her. She is wearing an owl mask. She is, like, her hair, or this purple, maybe it's not her hair because I'm seeing a little bit of black there. All right, so maybe it's just a robe that she's wearing. She's got her owl feathers all over her. So she carries the wisdom of the owl. Now, I'm going to leave her there while I shuffle the Tarot of the Abyss. So what I get from Sight of the Owl, because I don't read the guidebooks for oracles, I just allow the intuition to guide us. Sight of the Owl tells me that we need to be on the lookout for nuggets of wisdom. All right, that is immediately what I get and what I hear from Spirit. We need to be on the lookout for nuggets of wisdom. So Aries, this week is going to be full of them. Whether these nuggets of wisdom are coming out of your own mouth or whether they're coming from the people around you is yet to be seen and yet to be acknowledged. But Sight of Owl is telling me to be on the lookout for nuggets of wisdom. Oopsie, look at me. I'm shuffling and throwing cards all over the place. Sorry about that. Okay, so Aries, let's give one more shuffle and then let's dish. Oh, wow, look at me. I haven't even started and I am throwing cards all over the place. All right, so we're going to take that card because that one felt like it needed to be taken, and it's Ace of Pentacles. All right, let's cut the deck and let's take our other cards that we need. So we have Ace of Pentacles, we have Queen of Cups, and our third card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so Aries, this is getting very, very interesting. So as I said, we have to be on the lookout for nuggets of wisdom, nuggets of information that are going to come at you. Look at this Ace of Pentacles, and I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. At first glance, we have a tree, all right? But when we look again, there is a seed, and I have to actually bring it to show you. So there is a seed, and it's got a star on it, and it's cracked open, and it started growing, and it's developed into this tree. And then when you look, you can see that this tree is actually a human. You can see all the roots that are going so deep down. And then we have this human whose arms have become the branches and making fruit and prosperity, which is ready to stop dropping, to start the cycle again, because the fruit is going to become the seed, which is going to become the tree. You all know the cycle of life, if I can put it that way, especially when it comes to seeds. So the Ace of Pentacles is exactly that. It is that moment when a fruit becomes a seed. It's that moment of creation, that moment of inspiration that's going to trigger prosperity and abundance. Hence, we have to be on the lookout for wisdom, because the wisdom is going to be the fruit that's going to become the seed. So we're not going to have the abundance this week, okay? Unfortunately, Aries, I'm sorry to say, we're not going to have the abundance this week, because the Ace of Pentacles is saying that we still need to take the fruit, make it into a seed, or transform it into a seed, plant it, in other words, and wait for it to take shape. But we're working towards that. But if we don't seize the opportunity, sight of owl, if we don't seize the opportunity, then that fruit will always just remain a fruit and never actually become the seed that could give you the abundance that you're looking for. We have Queen of Cups. And Queen of Cups is about nurturing the emotions, all right? Queen of Cups is about being very much aware of everybody in your life and what they're going through, the feelings and the emotions that everybody else is having, and recognizing, seeing, recognizing, and acknowledging that, so that we can protect, so that we can nurture, so that we can help. So again, let's go back to our being observant and being aware of these nuggets of wisdom. This is saying to you that if you are kind, if you are supportive, if you are nurturing to everybody around you, you may be blessed. I'm pausing for effect. You may be blessed with these nuggets of wisdom, these little bits of information. So everything, we are taking an opportunity and putting it into seed, but we have to nurture those around us, nurture ourselves. We need to be very much aware of everybody's needs, wants, desires, and emotions, because that's where the nuggets are going to come from. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and I love Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is otherwise known as the Karma card, Aries, and Wheel of Fortune is basically saying to you that this is the way that it's supposed to happen for you. So this is not just a lucky streak, all right? This opportunity, this wisdom, this nugget, this planting seed that's going to come your way. This is not just potluck at the casino. This is actually Spirit saying to you that this is inevitable for you. This is part of your karmic duty or your karmic experience, that it has to flow this way for you. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that this wheel is going to turn, ready or not. But if you're more aware of it, if you're more conscious of it, you can, I want to say, react to it. You can do more with it. You can be kind and nurture it, which means it happens a lot quicker. Okay, so the events that are going to unfold for you this week, Aries, are going to bring you abundance, are going to bring you prosperity. And all you have to do is to be kind. All you have to do is to nurture, and all you have to do is be supportive and know that, you know, this wheel is turning regardless. There is not much that's going to stop this or prevent this from happening this week. But if you're more aware, if you're more conscious, if you're more open to it, open to receiving, because again, Aries, I know because remember, I'm Aries myself, we can be a little bit hard-headed and say, no, I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. We don't like to accept help from others. We don't like to put ourselves in that kind of position. We prefer to do things on our own. And yes, even if we don't accept help from others, it's going to happen anyway. But if we want to speed up the process, if we want to just be more open to the process flowing in the way that it needs to, we need to be aware of these nuggets of wisdom that are coming our way. So interesting for you, Aries, or for us, Aries, I have to say. I do think it's going to be exciting to see how this unfolds. And yeah, wishing you everything of the best, Aries. Have an amazing week with love and blessings from our heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, Aries. Right, so hello and welcome, Taurus. Let's get into your reading and see what the week ahead has in store for you. So I'm going to give our oracle just a single shuffle. These cards have been quite well shuffled before we started recording. And oops, I have got the dropsies today, that's for sure. All right, Taurus, let's see, what does the week ahead have in store for you? This is the card that's going to give you the theme for the week ahead. And you have got card 15, which is karmic debt. Karmic debt. Now, I love it. The artwork on this deck is just beautiful, and it's so deep. So the first thing I notice is her arms. And being in this kind of a position across her heart space, it's almost like she's giving herself a hug. It's almost like she's nurturing herself. Then we have what looks like a cake, and it's missing a piece. We have flowers, we have everything. And then if we look at her face, we can see her beautiful hair, butterflies in her hair, all these kind of things. But then we notice that they're tears. So immediately what I get, we've got this heart space hug, self-hug that I get. We've got the nurture of cake, because yes, that's how I see cake. And we've also got the tears that are coming through. So when I put all of this together, it's almost like we are needing to hold ourselves as we go through this process of feeling the emotions and the feelings. So karmic debt, let's just, I'm just going to shuffle the tarot while we chat about karmic debt. So karmic debt, as far as I understand, is something that we can't avoid. It's something that we have agreed to process experience in this lifetime. So when you chose to incarnate in this lifetime, your karmic debt was issued at that point. It's like you went into this lifetime saying, I choose in this lifetime to deal with that karmic debt, to pay it off, to pay, to resolve it, to clear it, to do whatever. So karmic debt here is saying to you, Taurus, that this week, and it's interesting that, and I want to just stop shuffling for a second. It's interesting that this is coming up for you straight out of eclipse season. We've just had two very, very powerful eclipses in October. And eclipses are about karmic debt. Eclipses are bringing to light the things that have been hovering in our makeup for such a long time and forcing us to pay our karmic debts and to deal with it. So Taurus, maybe you've had a rough ride. Maybe it's been really, really tough for you, okay? But this week, we're going to understand the karmic debt. We're going to clear the karmic debt, work through the karmic debt, and hopefully not incur any more. But let's see what Tarot of the Abyss wants to add to that. So tarot card number 1, we've got the Two of Cups, so relationships and connections. Card number 2 is the Strength card, because yes, Taurus, you are strong. And card number 3 that we have is the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. So 3 really, really positive cards, Taurus. 3 really, really positive cards. We've got no concern about taking on or attracting any more unnecessary karmic debt. So this is definitely a week of, and maybe these tears are not tears of panic or fear or anything, but maybe it's tears of relief. Maybe it's tears of happiness, considering she's got the nourishment as I see it. And actually, you know what? I know it's a lily pad, okay? I know it's a lily pad. You know, if you imagine her floating in the water, and it's only her head and her arms that have come out of the water, all right? She's floating in the water, so this is a lily pad. It's not a cake like I thought. I wish it was cake, but even a lily pad, what is a lily pad? A lily pad is something that grows from the mud, and it works its way through the mud, through all the difficulty, until it gets to the top and it opens up. And it is, even though it looks so simple on the surface, it's actually such a complex thing, which is again what karmic debt is. But it's also about the nourishing, because the lily pad provides so much to its environment, to the animals, the plant life, etc., etc., etc. It also helps to, what's the word I'm looking for, to filter the water. Okay, so her tears, maybe this is a pool of her tears that she's lying in, to show the struggles, to show how difficult everything has been. And here she is giving herself a nurturing self-love, a nurturing hug. And maybe those are tears of relief, because this difficult part is behind her. So she shed all the tears, she's cried, she's done everything she needs to do, and now she can start healing and recovering. And that's exactly what you're doing. So Taurus, if you've been through a difficult time, take this as saying that the difficult time is definitely in the past, and you are now, I don't want to say you're completely in the clear, but you're certainly moving in that direction. Two of Cups is the card of union, it's the card of partnership, and it's the card of togetherness. So the message that we have for you here with the Two of Cups, Taurus, is to say that you've got to recognize that you on your own is amazing, you're wonderful, you're fabulous, but you connected to another makes you so much stronger, makes you so much better. So Two of Cups is the card of union, it's the card of connection, it's the card of saying to you that, you know, partnership, work with somebody else, because together we are so much stronger. And you see how nicely entwined they are, okay? And this is what you've got to do in order to understand, to clear this karmic debt. It's not something you can do on your own. You need to share this with another person. Let somebody help you. Let somebody connect with you to make you better, to make you stronger, because that's who you are. And here we've got the lady with a lion, and together they are a powerful force. Powerful force. But you know, she had to overcome all her fears in order to get that close to a wild beast like a lion. But she's done that. And Taurus, this is who you are. You've got to recognize that you are so much stronger than you realize, and you've come through so much. But now it's a time to celebrate and to enjoy and to share that with another person, to recognize the strength that you have deep within your soul. Nine of Pentacles, and I want to just bring this one closer because, again, this artwork is so provocative. You can see the lady's face. You can see their suffering on her face. You can see the lines. You can see the, you know, the worry and the stress. But look what she's got in her hands. Here she holds the tiniest of tiny little birds. And she's holding the bird so delicately in her hand. She's not trying to control the bird, not trying to control the lion. She's not trying to control the bird, but what she's doing is she is recognizing that because she has this tiny little fragile bird in her hand, that she has everything her heart desires and so much more. There's a theme I'm noticing here between these four cards. We've got the connected hands, we've got connected hands, we've got connected hands, we've got connected hands. So the theme for you, Taurus, is about togetherness, is about coming together. And this week, you're going to have that experience. All right, you're going to realize how strong and gentle you have to be at the same time. Nine of Pentacles is the card of having everything your heart desires, to be satisfied, to be fulfilled. And having everything your heart desires may not reference riches, it may not reference wealth, but what it references is happiness in the heart space. Heart space, heart space, heart space. Heart space. I'm trying to make a heart. All right, so Taurus, this is a week to recognize the karmic debt that you've paid off, share it with somebody, understand and appreciate and acknowledge how strong you are, and to recognize how full your heart actually is through all of this that you've been through. Sending so much love and blessings your way, Taurus. Hope you have an amazing week, and until we connect again, take care. Gemini, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what does this week ahead have in store for you. So let's give our oracle just a single shuffle as we see what is the theme for all Gemini energy for the week ahead. Okay, so cards are shuffled. Let's cut the deck apparently right over there, and we take a card off the top. So Gemini, the theme for the week ahead for you is card 18, which is the card of offerings. And how beautiful is this lady? I love how she's got her eyes closed, because she's doing things from a place of emotion, from a place of feeling, from a place of intuition, and not from a place of physicality. So there she stands. It looks like she's standing, especially if you look in this corner here, it looks like she's standing in the water, and she's adding to the water. She is making that offering, and this water is coming from self. Okay, I definitely get that it's coming from her. I love how she is quite voluptuous. I love how she is extra. Okay, so there's more to her than meets the eye. She's not afraid to be bold. She's not afraid to show all that she is, but she is giving an offering openly and honestly from her heart space, and not from ego space. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the tarot while we talk about offerings. So offerings are, and this is an interesting thing, Gemini. What's coming to me is that offerings go in both directions. Okay, because it could be you making the offering, and it could be you receiving the offering. So we're going to see if the tarot will give us that information. But offerings go both ways. Sometimes somebody offers you something, and we can be so stubborn, and we can be like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. When actually, you know, we need to say, oh, thank you, that would be amazing, and to accept the offer. And sometimes it's about you making the offerings. But sometimes it could also be from a third perspective. Sometimes the offerings could be from spirit to you. Okay. Sometimes the offerings can be from spirit to you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, can I now shuffle so badly that these cards are just flipping everywhere? Right, let's give one more shuffle, and then we're going to see what are these offerings that you're going to be experiencing, navigating, and working through this week. Right, cards are shuffled. Let's cut the deck. So Gemini, card number one we have around offerings is the Page of Wands. I love that, and she's basically coming to a fire with an offering. I love that. We also have the Three of Swords. Interesting. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So Gemini, you are the third Zodiac reading, and this is the second appearance for Ace of Pentacles, which is interesting. I always take note of things like that. Okay, so Gemini, let's look at Page of Wands first of all. So here we have this young lady. Clearly she is in the forest in the nighttime. I noticed that she's barefoot. I noticed that her dress looks like it's a little bit ragged, if I can call it that, okay? And in each of her hands, she is holding what looks like a pile of sticks. And she's bringing them to an area. I just want to show you. She's bringing them to an area here. You can see that she's created a circle. She's created a safe circle, and she's putting all these sticks, all this kindling she's putting there in order to make a fire. What is the fire going to do for her? The fire is going to offer, and I use that word because of offerings, the fire is going to offer her protection. The fire is going to offer her a way of protection, warmth, and a way to cook her food. It's also going to give her a sense of light. It's going to bring light to a very dark situation. So she is putting the sticks into this sacred circle, and as an offering in return of light, in return of heat, in return of warmth, and in return of oh gosh, I can't with words today. Protection. There we go. So Page of Wands is about, and you can see by the way that she's put her sticks down that she maybe hasn't done this before. Okay, you can see by the way that her sticks have not really been put into a fire-making form that she doesn't really know what she's doing. She knows that she needs logs of wood and she needs a bit of kindling. She knows the ingredients that she needs, but maybe she's not that good at actually creating it. She's not had much experience. And this is important for you to recognize, Gemini, because this is a week where there are going to be offerings made and received. Okay, because remember, as I said, it's a two-way street. The offerings are going to be made and received, but made from a space of love, made from a space of heart, and not from a space of ego. But you've got to understand that even though you are making the offering or receiving the offering, that there is this element of uncertainty. There is all the inspiration and all the creativity and all the desire. We've got all of that, but this might be a little bit outside of your comfort zone. This may be something that you haven't done before or a little bit uncertain of that you need to work through. We have the Three of Swords. Now, I am going to say to you, Three of Swords traditionally is the card of heartbreak. It is the card of sorrow. It is the card of just experiencing, pain in the heart. And if we look at the artwork, you can see by her face that there's clear pain. There she is experiencing pain without a doubt. Where her heart is, we have the symbol of a bird, and here we have that same bird that has been set free. It's caused cracks, it's caused a gaping wound where her heart would have been, but look at what she's done. She's the one who's actually ripped her own heart out and setting it free. And the message for you here, Gemini, is that sometimes that's exactly what you have to do. That sometimes you have to endure the pain and suffering, and I'm pointing to the fire because she's not going to get it right the first time. Okay, she's not going to just, throw a bit of wood, throw a bit of kindling together and boof, have fire. That's not how it works. The offering is in the learning, in the patience, in the understanding, and in the process. And it could be hard. It's already nighttime. She's left this a bit late, or maybe this is her third attempt. But the offering is perseverance. It's another element that she's offering, that she's putting into the mix. So there is going to be heartache. There is going to be pain and suffering, but it's in releasing the heartache. It's in releasing the pain and suffering that we find relief. When we hold on to a burning coal, the longer you hold on to a burning coal, the more it burns, the more it burns, the more it burns. But when you let that burning coal go, immediately the body switches into healing. But while you're holding on to it, the body is suffering and in pain. But when you let go, that's when the healing takes place. So if there is any pain and suffering, make the offer of letting it go. Do not hold on to the tears. Let them go. Because as soon as you do let it go, that's when the healing takes place. Ace of Pentacles. So the first thing you see on that artwork is a tree. And then upon further investigation, we see there is the seed. And the seed has got its roots going all into the ground. And we see that it has become a human form. So we have a person standing and their arms are outstretched, and on top of their head and their arms is where the tree is. And that tree is full of fruit. That fruit has the potential, every single one of those fruit has the potential to become another tree. More fruit, more abundance, more prosperity. So the fruit is the offering of a whole new life, a whole new experience. But again, that fruit can only make the offer when it releases itself from the tree, when it drops down. Because like that, I'm looking at that fruit over there. When that fruit drops to the ground, it has the ability to become seed, to become tree, to become prosperity. It becomes an offering. When that fruit drops to the ground, it is an offering to somebody to, number one, to eat it, to plant the seed, or it can even just nourish the earth, fertilize the ground where it's landed, or it's an offering to the animals. So everything in life is an offering, isn't it? And for you, Gemini, that's what this week is going to be about. This week is a week of you giving and receiving offerings. And again, it doesn't only have to be the money. It can be time, it can be emotion, it can be prosperity, but it can also be the offering of letting go of hurt, pain, and discomfort. I'm going to leave it there for you, Gemini, because I think that, certainly covers it all. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome to all my Cancerian energies. Hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So taking our Oracle deck, and let's give it just a single shuffle because this deck has been shuffled quite extensively already. Let's cut the deck and let's take a card. So this card is going to reflect the theme for your week ahead, Cancerian. So let's have a look and see. Your theme for your week is birch. So it is card number 4, and card number 4 is about the birch tree, the birch wood. I'm loving this face that we see in the middle there as well. If we look at the face that we see over there, there's a sadness, okay? There's an emotionality. I know I'm making up words here. But there's definitely an emotion connected to that card, and that is the offering of the birch. So birch trees, I'm going to shuffle the tarot while we talk about birch trees. Birch trees are known to heal emotional wounds. They are very good at taking on emotions and transforming them, releasing them, and curing them, if I can put it that way. So this is definitely a week for you, Cancerians, a week of letting go, a week of healing, a week of transition, and a week of mending all that life brings, all that life is, and all that life can be. So you may find yourself needing to deal with emotional struggles this week as we clear and transmute into positive, into happy, but using the natural elements and energies of old, ancient birch trees. Now, you may not have a birch tree in your back garden. I know I certainly don't, but it's a metaphorical kind of scenario, but it is like the birch tree cannot take on the emotions if you don't release it. But let's see what the tarot wants to add so we can understand birch tree a little bit more. So the first card we have is the 7 of Swords. Interesting. We have the 3 of Swords making a second appearance this week. And we have the 3 of Swords twice. Oh my gosh, look at that, Cancerians. So let me explain this to you, right? This particular deck, Tarot of the Abyss, has 2 3 of Swords cards, obviously, like duh. But they have very different imagery. And I'm going to explain the imagery in gross detail. Now, when a tarot deck does this, when a tarot deck gives you the option of 2 choices in one card, you normally are supposed to pick one that you like and take the other out. I like them both, and I read so much into each of these images that I decided to keep them both in. And in exact situations like this, where they both come up, it's really speaking a strong story. Now, the other thing that I want to do before I give you, because now that I see that we've got swords, Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, Three of Swords. Now, just to give you single keyword descriptions of these. So Seven of Swords is about deceit, it's about taking opportunity, and it's about maybe stepping into the forbidden territory areas, okay? Three of Swords times two. Three of Swords is about heartache, it's about heartbreak, it's about disappointment, it's about suffering. So before I give you my interpretation of all of that, I do want to read, I don't normally read from the guidebook, but I want to read from the guidebook here of the birch tree, just to get the full picture so that we can understand the tarot. So give me a second as I pull out the card. Right, it says, birch trees are old, sacred woods that are believed to heal emotional wounds. They ward off negative influences and they banish fears. I like it. I like it. They're also associated with new beginnings, making them the perfect energy to channel for healing old wounds. There we go. Now we're getting it. And for welcoming in new connections. So it's about healing the old wounds. I like it. So birch may come to a reading when you are feeling vulnerable, afraid, and unsupported. You may be feeling the need to hide away from the world to lick your wounds. That's what we've been doing here, okay? If you have experienced trauma or hardship lately, know that extra support is being provided for you and that you are protected while you take this time to heal. The worst has passed, and soon you will be able to pick up any broken pieces and put yourself together again. I love that, broken pieces, and put yourself together again. I love that. When you put yourself together again, it will be stronger and more beautiful. And I'm going to say to you, when I look at the order of these two Three of Swords, we go from the hurt, the pain, the suffering, the anguish, to the understanding and the comprehension. So I'm loving this energy for you. This is the one that I really want to focus on. So, traditional interpretation of Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is the card, as I said, of deceit. It's the card of thievery. It's the card of taking advantage of a situation. It is the card of not giving thought to a thing. It's the card of seeing something and just grabbing the opportunity and running with it without necessarily understanding the consequences. Okay? Interesting one. Now, it's got quite a negative connotation attached to it. So for me, because I am the forever optimist, I don't ignore the fact that there are horrible things that happen to people in this world. I fully embrace that. But I also believe in turning negatives into positives, okay? Finding a way. So as much as this card has these negative connotations, I think Seven of Swords is also saying to you, if you don't plan your activities, if you don't plan your movements, if you don't plan what it is that you want to do, there is a strong likelihood that you're going to fail. So yeah, that's my positive take on the Seven of Swords. So basically, Cancerians, what this is saying to you is, for this week ahead, this is a week for healing wounds, emotional wounds. But we cannot just keep moving and hope that somewhere along the line it happens. This is saying to us that we need to have a strategy. We need to have a plan of action as to how we're going to do it, what it looks like, and you know, the steps that we're going to take. Because if we don't, we're just going to be in this repetitive cycle of pain, of dis-ease, of discomfort, and of unhappiness. And we want to shift that because we've got the support of birch. So we've got the support to help us. But if we don't have a plan, we're just going to be cycling and cycling and cycling again. And it's interesting as well, Cancerians, that the situation we have here, the date that we're dealing with, we've just come out of eclipse season, and eclipses bring things to light, karmic things that have been hovering in the unconscious for quite some time, and that's where this pain and discomfort has come from. All right, let's look at the individual Three of Swords. So this first one, as I said, traditional meaning of Three of Swords is about heartbreak, pain, and sorrow. So you can see that her heart has literally broken away. It is a picture of a bird. Birds represent freedom. And here we have the little bird that is flying, and she has set it free, okay? But obviously the pain of this bird breaking free, of her heart, setting her heart free, it's caused cracks. It's left a huge big gaping hole. You can see by the expression on her face that it is causing pain and discomfort. But setting it free is where the healing begins. Because the more you hold on to something that doesn't want to be there, the more pain and discomfort it is. But when you let it go and set it free, immediately we can start healing. Immediately we can start recovering. There is the wounded emotional wounds, okay? When we look at this Three of Swords, first of all, you can see that his head is empty, right? It's open and it's empty. He has got this book in front of him. And if we look, you can see all the letters of the alphabet, all this knowledge, all this understanding. And as it goes up, as the letters go, they evolve into birds and then they come back into the head. Or is it coming out of the head and going into the book? So is this a sign of doing some journaling? Is this a sign of getting understanding? Because that's what a book is. Book is knowledge, it's understanding. It's about understanding the emotional pain and discomfort and processing it in a way of gaining understanding. So we have to set the pain free. We have to acknowledge what it is, what is causing pain and discomfort. We have to set it free. We need a plan though. We need a strategy, right? We need to set it free so that we may gain understanding, so that we may gain comprehension, so that we may close that chapter, close the book and put it away so that we may move on. So you cannot just hope that this happens by itself, Cancerians, because it's not going to. This is Spirit saying to you, for this week, you need a plan, you need a strategy. You need to release that which hurts you the most. And you need to learn from the experience so that it doesn't happen to you again. You are loved and supported by Spirit through this experience, through this exercise. But you are the one that has to walk it. And if you don't have a strategy, you're not going to succeed in the way that you should. Lots of love and blessings, Cancerians, from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome, Leo. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. Let's get into your reading and see what the week ahead has in store for you. Right, so I'm going to give the Oracle a single shuffle. There we go. Because the deck has been shuffled quite extensively already. Let's cut the deck. And let's take a card off the top. So Leo, this is the card that's going to represent the theme for your week ahead. And let's see, what does the week ahead have in store for you? It has got card 37, the Mountain. Isn't this artwork just gorgeous? So first of all, we immediately see all the mountains. We see the water flowing down the mountains, coming through here. And then we see that this is possibly her shoulder. There is her face. There are her arms and trees. And this water flowing is her hair. So she is one with the mountains. And we have got the leaves, and we've got mushrooms, and we've got all sorts of things. We've got the trees growing. It is beautiful. Now, you might be a water person or you might be a mountain person. You may be both, okay? You may be waterfalls and all of that kind of thing. What does mountain represent? I'm going to leave that card there while I shuffle the tarot, just while we chat about mountains. So to me, from a spiritual point of view, mountains always represent challenges. Mountains always represent, the obstacles that we have to overcome. But at the same time, considering, and I'm just going to look here again for a second, considering the focus for me here is this water. And the water comes from the top of the mountain and it flows downward to the ocean, to the sea. And as it travels, it's nourishing, it's nurturing, but it's got a long way to go. Sometimes that water gets frozen. Sometimes it melts, sometimes it changes paths, sometimes it forges new waterways, and as it goes, it's a whole different life in over every hill, over every mountain. So let's have a look. The tarot is going to tell us, Leo, whether it's about overcoming the challenges or whether it's about nourishing on the journey as it goes from its beginning to its end. Okay, so I am happy with those cards shuffled. Let's cut the deck and let's see. Leo, card number 1 from the tarot, we have got the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. Then we also have Knight of Swords. Wow, look at that passion. And we finish off with the Emperor. Love it. So Leos, we know that you guys are the leaders. We know that you guys like to be in control and like to be in charge and are really good at driving situations. So maybe you are trying to be the mountain, be the water, nourish, nurture, and take care of as you go on your journey. What we have over here for you is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, you can see there are these two versions of yourself. We've got the dark version, the light version, the yin and the yang. And both of them are juggling. Both of them have got something that they're trying to find balance. But it's about trying to find how much of one is enough, and how much of this and how much of that do we need in order to find equilibrium. Because let's go back to our mountain. Not enough water creates barrenness, creates dryness, creates death. Too much water creates moisture, creates sloppy ground, creates avalanche, creates trouble. So both have positives and both have negatives. And in order to have this kind of scenery, in order to have this kind of situation, we need balance. So Leo, the message for you here with the Two of Pentacles around mountain is understanding that we need the highs and the lows. We need the ups and the downs. We need the water and the non-water. We can't have water everywhere, but we need some water some places. And that you're only going to find true happiness when there is a balance. And right now in your life, Leo, you've got to ask yourself, is there balance? Looking at what we have over here, I'm going to go with a no. But let's have a look. We have the Knight of Swords. And as I said, when I put the card down, you can just see the passion. You can just see the enthusiasm. So here we have this lady, and she means business. She's not taking any nonsense, all right? She has this sword. She has this energy, this light that she has in her hand. And she is ready to defend, ready to fight, and ready to stand up for whoever she is, whatever she is, and what she stands, what she represents, what she defends. So she's ready to take on something which is probably a lot bigger than she is, probably a lot scarier than she is, and she's not going to let that put her off. She understands in order to get balance might be a bit of a struggle. Knight of Swords, though, is about the intellectual fight. Okay, it's about the mental fight. It's about the challenge that we have within our heads. And the Knight of Swords is saying to you, Leo, that sometimes we need to think before we act. In order to find balance, we need to think things through carefully. We mustn't be so quick to jump into action to try and repair. We need to think about it. We need to be strategic. And that's why we've got the Emperor that's come through. So the Emperor, Leo, the Emperor, he is all about strategy. He is all about control and dominance. He is all about knowing the plan, executing the plan, and making sure that we do not bring emotion into it. No emotion, no emotion, no emotion. Lots of emotion. So the message for you here, Leo, is that this week, it's all about trying to find your balance. It's all about knowing what it is that you need to do to bring balance, but to understand that if you run off on a tangent, if you do too much too quickly, that you're going to be causing the balance to tip in the complete opposite scales. If you look at our Emperor as well, he sits very square in his chair. Like, yes, his legs are one behind the other, but everything is very balanced and very even around him. So again, we've got all this balance coming through. Yes, there is strategy. Yes, there is strategy. But it's equal and good strategy in order to get us to this happiness, to this balance of dry and wet that we are all looking for. Understanding that life is full of the highs and lows, and that sometimes we have rain, like today. Today when I'm recording this video, it is a rainy day. So sometimes we have rain, but it's the rain that brings us the greenery tomorrow. And you can't have one without having the other. So Leo, your focus for the week ahead is to find balance in your life. So that making sure that you don't have an excess of dryness and an excess of moisture. We need to be not too quick to respond. We need to have a strategy and a plan going forward in order to bring the balance that is needed in your life. Wishing you so much love and blessings, Leo. Have an amazing week with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Virgo, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. All right, giving our oracle cards just a little shuffle. Oopsie, I have shuffled them quite extensively. So one little shuffle, let's cut the deck. And here is your card. So Virgo, this is the card that's going to give you your theme for the week ahead. And your theme is karmic debt. So karmic debt has already made an appearance this week. I forget who it was with. I think it might have been with Taurus or Gemini. I can't remember. That's interesting. All right, so Virgo, while I'm talking about karmic debt, I am going to shuffle the tarot just while we're chatting. So if we look at that artwork on the karmic debt card, it's almost like this lady is under, well, she's lying submerged in water, okay? So only her head and her arms that are sticking out. You can see that she is crying. You can see that she's got tears pouring from her, and maybe this is the pool of tears that she's lying in. So maybe she's actually created this pool all by herself through her tears, through her suffering. But if we look at her arms, and her arms are what are key for me here, because her arms, it's almost like she's giving herself a hug, self-hug, okay? Self-nurture, self-hug, self-protection. And maybe she's just letting herself know that even though she has suffered immensely, that, you know, she's okay, that she's okay. We look next to her, and it looks like there's a cake with a slice missing from it, but it's a lily pad. And that lily pad has grown through the mud. It has grown through all the difficulties. And now that it's reached the surface, it is able to nourish and support its surroundings, the animals and the plant life alike. That lily pad also is responsible for purifying the water. So that lily pad is helping her to transmute her pain into love, into happiness. And that's exactly what karmic debt is. So, Virgo, this is going to be a week of identifying your karmic debt, identifying what the karmic debt is that you've been paying off over the last while, and to try and find a positive out of it as to how you can make your life better now that you have paid off the karmic debt. So let's see what the tarot wants to add, Virgo. So card number 1 we have is the King of Cups. Card number 2 that we have is the 10 of Pentacles. Love that card. Oh, the artwork is just exquisite. And card number 3 we have is the Queen of Swords. All right, so I love this energy for you because we've got the King and the Queen, okay? And so we've got our masculine, our feminine. We've got our duality. We've also here, we've got duality coming through here as well with an old hand and a young hand. We can't see if they're masculine or feminine, although I do think the top hand does have a feminine feel to it, but we've got old and young, which is bringing through duality. So we've got a lot of duality here. We've also got duality here in the karmic debt because it's her tears that created the water, that created the life, that created the clearing, the healing, and the transmuting. So that's the karmic debt, which is also bringing the duality. So let's look at the cards individually, Virgo. So we've got King of Cups. There he stands on a boat. You can see all around him that the waves are crashing, okay? But he's standing right on the edge of the boat. He could be standing in there where he's probably a bit safer, but he's choosing to stand right on the edge of the boat. He's looking out. Why? Because he believes that, yes, as turbulent as the emotions are, water representing emotions, as turbulent as the waters are, as bad as the storm is, he knows his ability to withstand. He knows his ability to work through it, and he knows that ultimately the storm is going to pass and everything's going to be okay. But he knows that right now, while he's in that storm, okay, while he's in that storm, there is nothing he can do except to hold on, okay, to brace himself, to hold on, and to just see the storm through. And he's not trying to control the storm. He's not trying to dissipate the storm. He's not trying to do anything. He's just riding the storm by maintaining control of himself as he goes through that. And Virgo, that is exactly what you need to do this week, to recognize that you're in the middle of a storm, to recognize that things are a little bit crazy for you at the moment, to recognize that it's not easy, okay? It's not easy, but hang in there because it's going to be okay. As you release the emotions, as you release the karmic debt, it will be transmuted into happiness, joy, success, and abundance for others. Let's have a look at the 10 of Pentacles. So as I said to you, I just love this artwork, and I actually need to bring it closer to show you. So the first thing we see are the two hands that are holding each other. It's almost like this hand is supporting this hand. When the hand is coming up, it's almost like asking for help, and this is the hand that's offering the help, okay? So we've got young supporting old. if we look inside, we've got this tree here. There is home, there is tree, there is all sorts of things that are happening in the tree. And the tree's roots come down to, here we have some stairs, and the roots come across onto the older hand. So we're going beneath now, okay? Because that's what we see on the surface. That is new, that is fresh, that is young, that is vibrant, that is exciting. The roots are what is holding it together. The roots is the structure that gives it the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge, the security, everything. And there we have the family, and there we have the stairs that are coming out again. But there we have the family dynamic, the family unit. So it's about understanding the legacy of old to young, of old to new. It's about understanding that, you know, you cannot have a prosperous tree if you don't have deep, solid, fantastic roots. And who are your roots, Virgo? Your roots are your ancestors. Your roots are those that have come before you. What is karmic debt? Karmic debt is karma, is what's been done before. Karmic debt is repairing, fixing, mending the things that happened before. What are you dealing with in life at the moment? You are busy clearing the karma of your ancestors. So when I say your ancestors, it could be your parents. It could be as simple as changing a pattern that was imposed on you by your parents, so that you, to your children, make sure that you don't impose that same pattern onto them. It could be as simple as that, or it could be so much bigger. Only you will know, Virgo. But right now, you're in the thick of it. Right now, it is so important that you hold tight, knowing that there's nothing you can do to stop the chaos. There is nothing that you can do to stop the storm. But what you have to do is just hold on and make sure that everybody that you know and everybody that you love and everybody that's involved is safe and secure in the boat, and just ride out the storm, because the storm will pass. We will clear and we will be okay. But we have to understand this karmic legacy ancestral connection that is taking place. Virgo, we also then have this beautiful Queen of Swords. The fact that she has got her eyes closed, and the fact that she's got her forehead onto this incredibly sharp sword. Look how large that sword is. She's holding it like she's not afraid that she's going to cut herself, because she knows that sword. There is a maze behind her as well. But she is being very thoughtful. She is thinking things through. She is connecting with her power. Okay, she is connecting with her power in a really, really strong way. She knows exactly what she can and what she can't do, and she's not putting unrealistic expectations on herself. So she knows if she needs to go into battle, she will, and she will succeed. She can, and she will succeed. But she's also thinking, like, is it actually necessary? Is swinging my sword actually going to solve any of the problems? Is swinging the sword going to make the storm go away? It depends on your storm, you know. But in all honesty, swinging the sword may not. Sometimes we have to be a little bit more intellectually strategic in holding on tight, in protecting our family, so that we don't suffer unnecessarily. So Virgo, for you guys, for this week, it is about being very much aware of the karmic debt that you are currently releasing, paying. Think about, what is it about your ancestors that you are making right in this week? It doesn't have to be a big thing. It very well could be a big thing, but understand the connection. So everything that you do, if there's chaos in your life, ask yourself, am I reacting, behaving in the same way as my ancestors did? If I am, is that right or wrong? Or is there a better way of handling it? Should I just be swinging that sword, or should I be a little bit more thoughtful? That's a deep one for you, Virgo. Sending much love and many blessings. And until we connect again, take care. Libra, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what the week ahead has in store for you. So Libra, going to give our oracle a shuffle. Just going to do a single shuffle. Let's cut the deck and let's take a card off the top. So Libra, this is the card that's going to give you your theme for the week ahead. So what is the theme that you're going to be navigating? Oh my gosh, I don't actually believe it. Karmic debt. So the reason why I say that, Libra, is because I've just had this for Virgo, and I had it for either Taurus or Gemini as well. So this is the third time that karmic debt is making an appearance. And that's huge, okay, because that's telling you that so far, you are the seventh zodiac. 3 out of 7 are dealing with karmic debt. So collectively, all of us are dealing with karmic debt. So let's see what this karmic debt is going to mean for you. So Libra, I'm going to talk about karmic debt while I shuffle the tarot. So what is karmic debt? Karmic debt is about understanding things that happened previously that maybe were not right, that maybe were not decent, not good, that was bad, and understanding that years later, decades later, generations later, we have to fix it, clear it, and transmute it. So if we look at the artwork of the karmic debt card, we have this lady, and she is floating in water. It's just her head and her arms that are sticking out of the water. We can see that she is crying. We can see that there are tears. The tears represent pain. Maybe this water that she's in is actually a river of her own tears, water of her own tears. We have a lily pad here, which represents transmuting, working through all the hardship, working through that mud to get to the surface to blossom. And lily pads are known for filtering water. For clearing water, they offer protection to wildlife and to plants, and they basically take the bad and transmute it into good. And that's what karmic debt is. So Libra, you are currently dealing with a lot of karmic debt. There is something happening in your life at the moment where you are clearing the karmic debt. What that karmic debt is, we're hoping the tarot is going to show us, and how what you need to be aware of to clear the karmic debt, we're hoping the tarot will show us. So tarot is shuffled. Let's cut the deck. And card number 1, Libra, we have got the King of Swords. Look at that. Gosh, I love it. We also have the Justice card, right? King of Swords, Justice, they're talking same language at this stage. And we have the Ace of Swords. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right, let's put the tarot deck away. Okay, so karmic debt. You currently this week. Now, it's also interesting, Libra, that the karmic debt card is coming up the week after we've just finished eclipse season. October saw us going through 2 eclipses, and eclipses are very much about karmic energy. Eclipses bring karma to light so that we can repair, that we can mend, that we can heal, and that we can move on from it. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at King of Swords. Here he stands on top of I'm going to call it a rock, a pedestal, an elevated surface. He has got a huge sword with him, but in his other hand, I actually want to show you. So yes, he holds the sword, a really powerful, strong, sharp sword, but he also has this plan, okay? And if you look behind him, we have this maze. He has this light coming from his crown, and we have the shield over his heart, protecting his heart, which means he's making sure that he doesn't become emotional. It's all about the thinking, illuminating the brain, the thinking, and it's about the strategy. Now, you will notice, he's just standing there observing. He's not actually doing. He's carrying the rules, the strategy, and he's delegating. He's making sure that everybody is doing what needs to be done in order to achieve that which needs to be achieved. So Libra, you need to have a plan. You need to have a strategy. You need to be looking at the big picture. You need to elevate yourself into a position where you are higher up, that you can see everything that's going on, so that you can start clearing the debt that needs to be cleared. But the debt that you're dealing with, the situation that you're dealing with, Libra, and it's interesting because Libra, you are all about balance. You're all about harmony. You're all about justice, okay? About, if you do good, you get good. If you do bad, you get bad. Like Librans understand that more than any other zodiac. And you've got the Justice card here. The truth will set you free. And maybe that's what's happening here, is you need to give the truth. You need to speak the truth. You need to remain unemotional. And that's the challenge for you, Libra, is the remaining unemotional. You need to remain unemotional, to release the truth, to speak the truth, to clear the karmic debt. So you may have a situation in your family, in your life, where there is an untruth, where there is an untruth that needs to be cleared, that needs to be brought to light, that needs to be spoken, that needs to be addressed, in order to clear the karmic debt so that we can all move forward, because we're drowning at the moment. We're drowning at the moment. And there's this kind of disconnect, like we don't want to face it. We don't want to deal with it. And Libra, you need to figure it out this week, and you need to bring it to light so that the truth may be revealed, so that justice may be served. Now, When I talk about justice may be served, I'm not talking specifically only the legal system, right? Because sometimes if a family member has been doing something wrong and we speak about it, we bring it to light, justice may be served in the family, whereas everybody knows and everybody, that person can apologize or fix or mend or do whatever. Justice can be served. So justice doesn't only refer to the legal system. The interesting one for you here, Libra, is this Ace of Swords, because Ace of Swords is about brand new energy, brand new ideas, brand new concepts coming to life. So here we have this lady, and she also has an incredibly powerful, strong sword, but she is the earth. Can you see that? This tree is growing out of her head. There we have that spark. There we have that spark coming from his head, whereas with her, it's become a tree. What do trees do? Trees ground us. Trees root us. Trees connect us to the earth that sustains us, the earth that protects us, the earth that nurtures us. So this is Spirit saying to you, Libra, that you've got to allow new ideas to come to life around this karmic debt. So we can't do what we've always done before, because clearly that hasn't worked, which is why we're drowning in the karmic debt. So Libra, Spirit is saying to you, we've got to come up with a new strategy. We've got to come up with a new strategy to resolve the situation, to get to the truth, to clear it, so that we can all be free and move forward in the way that we need to. So that this tree can start, because look, that tree looks quite barren, doesn't it? But then as we look at it, can you see here we have a lady reaching, there we have a house. It looks like it's a bird, but it's a house. Here we have some people that are helping each other out. I don't know what that is. Looks like it could be a little wishbone or a penguin or something. But we've got all the birds. So it's almost like this tree is starting to come to life because she came up with the new concept, with the new idea. And that is what you need to do, Libra. Your message for the week is to come up with a new strategy to clear the baggage that we've been carrying for a long time. You need to elevate yourself. You need to see it from a third person perspective. You need to be honest and truthful with yourself and with all concerned. We need to bring it to light so that we make clear the debt that needs to be cleared. But you do have to go about it in a whole new way. So Libra, interesting week ahead for you. Sending you so much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, Libra. Scorpio, hello, hello, hello. And for those Scorpios who are celebrating a birthday this week and last week, because I don't think I wished you last week, happy birthday. We are in Scorpio season, so we are having Scorpio birthdays. So those of you have celebrating last week, happy belated birthday. And for those of you celebrating this coming week, happy birthday to you. Let's get into your reading and see what does this week have in store for Scorpio energy. Right, let's give the cards a shuffle. Just a little shuffle on the oracles. Actually feel like I want to do a little bit more. I have only been doing one shuffle for everybody, but I feel like Scorpio, let's reset the energy and let's cut the deck. So Scorpio, this is the card that's going to give you your theme of the week ahead. And for you, the theme is Spirit Weaver. Oh, I love that. Oh, gosh, I love that. So first of all, look at how beautiful these colors are. This deck is just so vibrant. So here we have this lady. I don't know if she's exercising, if she's dancing, if she's whatever she's doing. But what I do notice is how gorgeous she is, how agile she is. But I also notice her chakras. So what we've got is her root, her sacral, her solar plexus, her heart, her throat, her third eye, and her crown. So all her chakras. So she is aligning her chakras. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is a chakra, Rene? So I'm going to shuffle the tarot while I explain. So a chakra is an energy center located in those positions where those circles are. We all have them, and basically they help you to navigate life. Just to put it into simple terms, chakras are, as I said, energy centers where we carry and hold either too little or too much energy that affects us in either a positive or a negative way. And everything that we are, and everything that we do, and everything that we feel, and everything that we think fits into our chakras in one way, shape, form, or another. And what that lady is doing by being a spirit weaver is she is understanding holistically, holistically, how everything affects everything else. So it's almost like an ecosystem. And you must understand that, if you are very money driven, that has a positive and a negative impact on one of your chakras. And our chakras start at our base, our root chakra, and they basically go up to our crown. So this is our basic human desires, our basic human needs, and this is our spiritual connection that we have, and everything in between, okay? And sometimes for all of us, we go through these cycles of our chakras where we move from one into the other, and sometimes we can get ourselves into a situation where we get stuck at a particular chakra. We get stuck at a particular place so we can't move. So Spirit Weaver is about recognizing and understanding how connected everything is, how everything has a purpose, how everything has a connection to everything else, and about recognizing that you can't exist without all of it. So if your basic human needs are not met, none of your other chakras will be developed. None of your other chakras will be formed. But when you are a spirit weaver and you have focused on each of your 7 main chakras and you've brought balance and harmony and happiness and joy to each of them, you will at that point be living the best life ever. And a best life ever doesn't mean riches and fancy car and fancy house and fancy clothes. It means happiness of soul. So let's see, Scorpio, what that means for you. So tarot card number 1, we have the Magician. I am not surprised to see that. Card number 2, we have the 3 of Swords. I am surprised to see that. And card number 3 for you is the King of Cups. These 2 cards have already made appearances this week, which is quite interesting. All right, so Scorpio, let's have a look and see. So let's start with the Magician. So the first thing we see is Magician himself standing there, right? And he has got this energy vortex taking place in his heart chakra, and he is connecting himself. He is the tree trunk, and his roots are going into the ground as actual physical roots. His crown chakra is bursting and connecting him to the universe, connecting him to everything. But everything starts and stops as a swirl in the heart space. Okay, so can you see how the heart space, and it swirls out, and then some of it swirls down and some of it swirls up into the tree. But the Magician, his message is that he has the ability to manifest and to create whatever it is that he wants for himself, because he understands the connectedness of as above, so below. He understands the connectedness of needs, wants, and desires with love and emotion and affection and true connection to God's source. So it's understanding that if you have a challenge in your life at the moment, that you are the only one who can fix it, but you've got to bring balance and harmony into all areas of your life in order to have abundance that you're looking for. The interesting one here, though, for you, Scorpio, is the 3 of Swords. Now, 3 of Swords traditionally is the card of pain and suffering. It's the card of discomfort. It's the card of hardship. And if we look at it, there's her heart. It's clearly cracked open, and a bird has been set free. And you can see by her hand that she is releasing the bird. So the pain that was there, she is setting it free. And as soon as the bird flies off, she can start healing and mending all of these cracks that she has in her heart space. But holding on to what's causing pain was causing her pain. As soon as she releases that pain, she's able to start healing and mending all the cracks and all the suffering and all the anguish. But it's about understanding that sometimes we have to experience pain in order to heal and improve and become stronger and better than we've ever been. So it's about understanding that sometimes in life things go wrong, but it's what you do about it. Do you hold on to it? Do you hold on to that suffering? Do you hold on to that anguish? Or do you let it go and allow yourself the opportunity to heal? Finally, the card for you there is the King of Cups. So look at the water. Can you see the waters behind him? He is in the middle of a major, major, major storm. What is he doing? Is he trying to stop the storm? Is he trying to calm the waters? No, because he realizes it's futile. He realizes he can't. So he stands on the edge of his boat. He is holding on really tight to the ropes and stuff. He is keeping himself quite anchored and quite secure, and he's riding the wave. He's riding the storm. He's just waiting until the storm clears because he knows that the storm's going to clear. So Scorpio, let's go back to Spirit Weaver. Spirit Weaver is understanding that life is constantly evolving and shifting and changing. Sometimes we have storms, sometimes we have pain and suffering, but through it all, we have to connect with as above, so below. We have to maintain our structure. We have to maintain our trunk, because if we get weak here in our heart space, if we get weak in our heart space, it's going to cause us untold suffering. So whatever you're dealing with at the moment, Scorpio, whatever's going on in your life, you need to recognize your strength. You need to recognize your strength. You need to recognize how one area of your life impacts all other areas of your life. If there is anything that is causing you pain and discomfort, set it free. Let it go. Do not hold on to it. If you're going through a difficult patch, to know that, you know what, that storm will not last forever. That storm will dissipate. That storm will end. And when it does, you will be free again. You have control. You get to create. You get to decide what, when, who, and how. But you can't do it by holding on to things that aren't working for you anymore. Quite a deep message, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it there for you. Much love and many blessings. I do hope you have an amazing week. Take care, Scorpio. Hello and welcome, Sagittarius. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. Right, so just going to give the oracles just a little shuffle. They have been extensively shuffled already today. And let's cut the deck and grab a card off the top. All right, so Sagittarius, this card is going to give you your theme for the week ahead. And it is Spirit Weaver. Like, you know what? You've just saw me shuffle the cards. This card came up now for Scorpio. So second appearance, 2 in a row. It has come up for Scorpio as well. And isn't this artwork just beautiful? So bright, so vibrant, and so dynamic. So we have this lady. She is standing on one leg, but it looks like she's almost doing either gymnastics, or she's dancing, or she's just living her best life. There's a couple of other things that stand out to me, and it is these circles, these dots. They go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and a violet. They are her chakras. So chakras are main energy centers in our body, located in exactly these positions. We've got our base at your tailbone. We have got your sacral, which is below your belly button. We've got solar plexus above belly button, heart at heart, throat at throat, third eye on your forehead, and your crown just above your head. So interesting. I'm going to explain more as I shuffle the tarot. So Sagittarius, Spirit Weaver is basically saying that you've got to understand energy centers. We all have them, and life, everything that happens in life affects your energy centers. And if you have one of your energy centers that are out of whack, that are either working too hard or not working hard enough, or is blocked or faulty or injured or anything like that, it's nothing else in life is going to work. Nothing else in life is going to flow, because the flow goes from basic human needs, and that's what root chakra is all about. Your need for protection, your need for food, your need for survival, your need for all of those things, all the way up to, oopsie, I didn't mean to bump the card, all the way up to our crown, which is our connection to the divine, to God's source. And you can't go, if this is a problem, if this is lacking, everything else above it will be lacking as well. So, but if you've got a problem here, if this is okay, if this is okay, if this is okay, but the green has a problem, these will all be fully fine, but the stuff above, and that's the point of life. The point of life is to be human, is to root chakra, to basic human needs, but the point of life is to crown chakra, which is about having that connection, that understanding with God's source. Okay, so if you've got a blockage along the way, you're not operating and fulfilling your dreams, your goals, and your desires. So Spirit Weaver is about understanding the connection that everything in life has. If you're unhappy at work, it's going to affect your personal life. If you have financial troubles, it's going to affect your emotional life. Everything affects everything, and that's what Spirit Weaver is here to say to you, Sag. Let's see what Tarot wants to add to your message of Spirit Weaver. So card number 1 is the 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. Card number 2 for you is the Two of Wands. And card number 3 is the Tower. Wow, I'm loving this. Okay, so we have, and just to give you single keywords, right? Just to give you single keywords on these 3 cards, and then I will bring the story together. We've got the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is the card of generosity. It's the card of assistance. It's the card of helping another person. This is you with your bag of money, offering money to somebody who looks like they need money, right? We have the Two of Wands. Look at his hand. When you put your hand on your forehead, what are you doing? You're trying to see into the future. You're trying to see further along. You're trying to see what's ahead of you. Okay? The fact that he's got his 2 sticks is helping him to make a choice, make a decision. But he needs to know what's ahead so that he can make the right choice and the right decision. And then we have the Tower, which is the card of collapse. So what is this saying to you, Sag? This is saying to you that you've got to understand that your generosity is important. Seeing where you're going is important. Making mistakes is important. Now, I know making mistakes and pointing there, like those of you who know tarot looking at me going, Rene, what on earth are you going about? But bear with me, bear with me. We've got the Six of Pentacles, and as I said, Six of Pentacles is the card of generosity, but Six of Pentacles always comes with a bit of a warning as well. So here I said, here you are, and you have your bag of money. Money is something that you have in excess, or this person has in excess, and because they have it in excess, they assume that everybody around them needs their money. So he's dishing out money. He's offering this person who looks like he needs money. He's offering him money. But maybe this person doesn't want money. Maybe this person wants somebody to give him a headache pill. You know, maybe he'd prefer a headache pill. Yes, I can hear you say, but he can take the money and buy a headache pill. But maybe his situation is so that he can't go and buy a headache pill. Maybe he just needs that. Maybe he just needs somebody to offer him a job, not just give him a handout. Maybe he wants somebody to teach him a skill so that he can make his own money. We mustn't always just assume that what we have in abundance is what everybody else wants. And this is where our spirit weaver chakra alignment comes into play, because when you are dishing out the one thing that you have in excess, you're immediately putting yourself in a place of operating from ego. Okay, operating from ego, and that's not a good thing, Sag. It's not a good thing for anybody. But when we take in the full scenario of this person, and we determine needs, wants, and desires, and we adjust ourselves accordingly, we are in balance with the universe. Let's look at the Two of Wands. So as I said to you, looking at his hand on his forehead, like he's shielding his eyes in order to be able to see clearer, to see further, to see better, because he needs to make a choice. And he's not acting. You can see he's not moving. I know it's difficult to see, but he's standing still. He's looking ahead so that he can make the right choice, the right decision, so that he doesn't waste his time or the time of everybody around him. So he is making a decision, factoring in all the information. He is weaving all the information together in order to make the right choice. So he's doing good. I really want to say that this particular gentleman not doing well, this gentleman doing very well. Let's bring this Tower in. So I was saying about bad decisions, and I was saying that because I saw the difference between those 2 cards. So this house has been built on a very rickety branch in a very dead tree. Bad decision. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. Oh, and on a cliff, right? So there's the cliff edge, and the house was built, you know, hanging off a cliff on a rickety dead tree. You know, it's a recipe for disaster. So when everything goes wrong, how can you complain? How can you go, oh, woe is me, look, my house collapsed? Actually, your bad decision right in the beginning is the reason why you're suffering for it now. So, Sag, what does this mean for you? Let's bring Spirit Weaver back into it, because Spirit Weaver is saying basic human needs leading all the way up to your connection to the divine God, and every other human issue in between, life issue in between, it's all connected. So every decision you make, even if it is you being generous, we need to look at the whole picture. We need to think of it and say, right, how will me giving this guy money today, me being generous and helping this person today, what is the long-term effect for me and for him? What is the long-term effect of building my home on a cliff, above a cliff, inside a dead tree? If we take a minute, just 1 minute, to look at to look at our surroundings, to look at our world, to look at everything that's going on around us, and therefore make the relevant adjustments, we can prevent this kind of tragedy from happening. And Sagittarius, this week for you, it's about big picture stuff. That's what Spirit Weaver is saying to you. In this moment, the initial interpretation is that this person needs money. The simple solution would be to give them money. But in the long term, that is the wrong thing to be doing. Building a house, you need a home. Oh, look, there's an empty branch. Let's build the home. That was giving him money. The long term of that is the house is collapsing and falling down, and people are jumping out of the house, and who knows whether they're going to survive or not. So Sag, for you this week, take in all the information. Look at everything. Look at the long-term impacts, the long-term effects. Do not do anything spur of the moment. Do not do anything thinking quick solution, because quick solutions are going to cause you trouble. Take a minute to strategize, to think, to be clear, and to be precise. And make sure that you factor in everything. And if you can do that, you're going to be absolutely fine. Love and blessings, Sagittarius. I hope you have an amazing week. And until we connect again, take care. Capricorn, hello and welcome. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So Capricorn, we're going to start off by shuffling our little oracle deck. We're looking for just a single card from here, and let's cut the deck and let's take a card. So Capricorn, the card that I hold here now is going to be the theme for your week ahead, and your theme is card 38, the shift. Oh, I like it, the shift. So there's a couple of things that I'm noticing. First of all, I'm noticing this person standing in water, and it's almost like they are, lifting the water and letting the water fall through their hands. If you look at the pose of the individual, there's definitely thoughtfulness. There's definitely introspection. We have got in the background, we have got the very distinct between daytime and nighttime, summertime and wintertime. We've got birds. So we've got all four seasons taking place. There's this tree in the background, and this tree represents strength. It represents solid. And even the tree, the little island that the tree is on, we've got barren and we've got plentiful. So we have got quite a lot of stuff that's going on here. We have got summer, we have got winter, we have got day, we have got night, and he stands smack bang in the middle, and he is about shifting from one to another, shifting from one shape or form to another. And isn't that what life is all about? But I think Capricorn, for you in particular, right now, this week it's about recognizing the shift that needs to take place within you, or that is taking place within you, recognizing the shift that is going on for you as you are becoming or moving into a different portion, aspect of your life. So the shift is taking place, ready or not. Just like the changing of the seasons for us, we don't get to decide. We don't get to say, oh, actually, I'm not finished having winter yet. Can winter stay a bit longer? Or I need summer to start a bit sooner because I'm tired of winter. We don't get to decide that. It's the stuff that we just have to adapt to. But we have to shift and change as everything shifts and changes. So Capricorn, let's see what the tarot wants to add to the shift that is taking place for you. Four of Cups. Oh, that's interesting. That is so interesting. Three of Pentacles. I like it. I like it a lot. And we have the Ace of Swords making, I think, the third or fourth appearance this week. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So Capricorn, let's have a look. Four of Cups. So the first thing I noticed with the Four of Cups is this guy sitting in the tree. And tree, maybe not so much tree there, but we've got a lot of trees happening. What a grounded energy. So this man is sitting in a tree. He's got his arms crossed in his chest, which immediately gives off the vibe of disinterest. Okay, and that's exactly what the Four of Cups is. Here we have 3 cups positioned across the bottom. He has had his fill of those cups. He is so bored. He is so disinterested of those cups. It's almost like, oh my gosh, not another cup of golden liquid, and he's feeling quite meh about life. But that's why the shift needs to happen. That's why something needs to happen in his life to shift his perception, his perspective, to shift him out of this boredom and into excitement. Now, if we look at this card, so you can see even just the expression on his face, he's like, nah. So he's got these down here, and they just really don't excite him. They're really not interested. But here comes another one, another cup. He's sort of looking at it from, you know, the side of his eye. He's sort of looking at it and he's going, oh no, man, what now? Another cup of what? But actually, this is the cup that maybe contains something special. This is the cup that maybe will shift him from feeling so uninspired, unmotivated, unenthusiastic into being who he needs to be, what he needs to be. So Four of Cups is the card of saying, right, Capricorn, we see you. We see that you're feeling a little bit stuck. We see that you're feeling a little bit like in between, okay? A little bit in between, a little bit like, you know, I don't know if I want to be here or there, do this or do that. I'm just, nothing is exciting me. Nothing is working. Nothing is driving, okay? We get that, but opportunity and something is coming that's going to shift the energy. And it's going to come from another person, because look what we've got here. This is the Three of Pentacles. One hand, two hand, three hand. No, you're not growing an extra hand. But what it is, this hand and this hand at the top, right? These two are the same person. And here comes somebody else coming in to just give that extra little tug that is needed to bring about the change that's required. Three of Pentacles is the card of saying to you, you can't do it on your own. You know, you are strong. And yes, you are maintaining. Not very well, but you're maintaining. You're handling. But somebody else needs to come along to give you that additional strength that you need to pull this rope and to do whatever it is that you need to do. But that's not going to happen, Capricorn, if we don't Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about allowing a new idea to come to life. I want to show you. So here we have this lady. She is very much, she looks like she's very much connected to the earth. She has the sword, which offers her strength, it offers her protection, and it offers her a way of doing the things that she needs to do. But coming out of her head, she is growing a tree, right? There's this tree that's growing out of her head. So what she's doing is she's allowing an idea to blossom, to come to life. And if we look at this tree, there we have a person, a lady, and she is pointing to birds. We have a house. We have some people over there. I always think that's a little penguin over there, but it may be absolutely nothing. I just see penguin. We have birds. This tree is full of life. But when you first look at it, it's just a tree. But when you really start exploring the ideas, it becomes something more. So we're going from being so disinterested and uninspired and unmotivated to accepting help from somebody, anybody really, just anybody who wants to offer you help, we accept that help, which takes us to planting an idea and allowing it to sprout, allowing the idea to grow, allowing the shift to take place. So Capricorn, this is a week of acknowledging how you're feeling, accepting the help and letting that help grow, letting that experience develop so that you can make the shift that not only are you ready for, but that you are desperate for right now. And it has to be a shift that takes you into opposites from day to night, from summer to winter. It has to be, but as day to night, it's not like boom, on that second it shifted. It's a gradual change. When we change seasons, it's a gradual change. So this is going to be a gradual change that somebody is going to help you. And all you need to do is to let it grow, let it blossom, and let it develop. Wishing you just the most amazing week ahead, Capricorn. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Take care. Aquarius, hello and welcome. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. Right, so Aquarius, I am going to shuffle our oracle deck. Just give it a quick shuffle like that. And let's cut the deck and grab a card. So this is the card that's going to give you your theme for the week ahead, Aquarius, and your theme for the week ahead is sacrifice. Oh, that is so interesting. Oh gosh, the artwork on these cards are just gorgeous. So we have this lady, she has this beautiful cape over her. We have a hummingbird coming to her heart space. She is holding a rose, and she's also making an offering down here. So there are sacrifices. We all know, as much as we love roses, as much as we think roses are beautiful, roses are full of thorns. And sometimes if you want to get a rose, you have to endure the thorns. You have to make a sacrifice in order to get the thing that is so beautiful. So in order for her to attract the hummingbird, there has to have been a sacrifice as well. So I'm going to shuffle the tarot while we talk about sacrifice. And you know what, Aquarius, life is full of sacrifice, isn't it? Because sometimes we want something amazing and wonderful and fabulous, but we can't have it, so we have to sacrifice having that one thing and settle for something else, so that the family can be okay and have what they need. So we have to sacrifice our own needs, wants, and desires for the benefit of the people in our lives, for the benefit of the people we love and care about. So let's see from the tarot what sacrifices you may need to make this week, and why. Not only what, but why. So Aquarius, card number 1 is the 5 of Cups, and that is such a card of sacrifice. That is, I mean, you can just see the emotion in that card. Card number 2 that we have is the Devil. Oh, that's interesting. And card number 3, Aquarius, we have Justice. Oh, wow. All right, this is going to be good. So Aquarius, when I look at these tarot, let's talk about the 5 of Cups. You can see that she's literally got her head in her hands. She's devastated. She's heartbroken. What is she heartbroken about? She's heartbroken about these cups that have spilt over and they've lost their content. So she is literally crying over spilt milk. Okay. She's getting herself so worked up over the sacrifice that has been made. She's got herself so worked up over the loss that has just happened right in front of her, and she's quite consumed by that. But what she's not realizing is that just next to her there are still 2 cups that are still full of whatever milk, whatever goodness, whatever nourishment it is that she needs in her life. So 5 of Cups is the card that says to you, you know, when something goes wrong, instead of getting caught up in that chaos and that negativity of whatever's gone wrong, just give yourself a minute, look all the way around you, observe everywhere around you, because you may see more that meets the eye. Sacrifice is coming through is that saying sometimes when this happens, we may find that those things had spoiled anyway. We might find that that liquid actually wasn't great. So sometimes when the milk spills, there are benefits to it. But if you don't look at it, if you don't explore what has happened, the thing that's gone wrong, you're never going to figure out where it is that you need to be and what else is waiting for you. Because we get all so caught up in daily drama. We get so caught up in daily drama, and sometimes we need to sacrifice that drama in order to look around us to see the potential opportunities that are actually waiting for you. We've got the Devil card. So the Devil card is an interesting one as well, because it is about temptation. It is about the thing that you obsess about, the thing that you crave, the thing that you want with every part of your being. It's that temptation, and it's that obsession with, oh my gosh, everything's going wrong, everything's going wrong, everything's going wrong, instead of saying, okay, they've gone wrong, let me look and see what else is there. Devil takes away that opportunity. Devil hides those 2 from you and keeps you focusing on the drama. So Aquarius, for you this week, we need to shift devil energy. It may feel like a sacrifice. It may feel like, oh my gosh, you know, is it going to be okay? And can I do this? But you've got to fight this. And that's why I'm saying that, because of Justice card. Justice card is about fighting for what's right. Justice card is fighting for the truth. And the truth is, the chaos, the drama, the stuff that's going on around you that you are so consumed by is all just a fallacy. It's all just drama. And you've got to recognize that when you start getting emotionally overwhelmed, you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to have a long, hard talk to yourself, Aquarius. And you've got to say to yourself, hold a second. Am I getting caught up in the chaos? Do I need to make a sacrifice and step away from the chaos in order to see what else is there? Yes, the roses are beautiful. Yes, the roses offer so much. Yes, the hummingbird is stunning and it's beautiful, but at what cost? You know, am I getting so caught up in the drama? Am I getting so caught up in the chaos, so caught up in all of that, that I'm not seeing the opportunities that are right there? So Aquarius, it's a week for doing the right thing. And the right thing is to not get caught up in the drama, even when things look like they are going wrong for you. That's short, sweet, and to the point, Aquarius. I don't think I can add anything more to that, because that says it all. It's time for you to do the right thing. It's time for you to not allow this to suck you into the chaos. It's time for you to resist the urges, the obsessions, the temptations, the thing that occupies your mind the most. You've got to make a sacrifice and step away from that, so that you can see the opportunities that are right there, because it's the right thing to do. I'm hiding this card, trying to anyway. All right, Aquarius, love and blessings from my heart to yours, and until we connect again, take care. Pisces, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what does the week ahead have in store for you. So I'm giving the Oracle a shuffle, just one shuffle, because it has been shuffled quite a lot already. Let's cut the deck and let's grab a card. So Pisces, this card has the theme for the week ahead for you. So let's see, what is the theme for the week ahead? You have got forest tears. Gosh, but isn't this artwork just gorgeous? So here we have this lady. She is clearly in a forest, but it's almost like I can't really see where she starts and stops and where the forest starts and stops. It's almost like she is part of the forest. Forest tears, I'm hearing that, I'm trying to think of the phrase, but it's like if a tree falls in the forest in the middle of the night, does it actually make a sound? I don't know if you ever heard that. I'm trying to think who says it. I'm going to leave the card there while I shuffle the tarot. So what I get with forest tears is, you know, sometimes we have to go into the deepest, darkest aspects of a forest, whether it be a metaphorical forest inside your mind, inside your heart, inside your soul. But sometimes we have to go into the depths of our soul, into the depths of who we are, in order to see the truth, in order to release our fears, to release our tears, sorry, and to actually begin to heal. Because what is a forest? A forest is a natural place of transformation, because that's what forests do. They transform everything. And forest tears, in my understanding, is saying to you that it's time to let go. It's time to release, and it's time to do it in a place where you can hide, because it's easy to hide in a forest. It's easy to hide there, but it's also a place where it is safe to release, where there's going to be no judgment. There's going to be no pointing fingers and no expectations of you, but it's a place where you can transform, and it's a place where you can heal, and it's a place where you can let go. Hand it over to the forest, hand it over to the forest elves, to all the forest beings, and let them take the hurt, take the pain, take the tears, and transmute it into something, because your tears will nourish the forest. Let the forest nourish you. Let's see what the tarot wants to offer. Three of Pentacles. Love that card for you guys, Pisces. We have Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. He's made a few appearances. This is his second appearance. And we have the Two of Wands. Gosh. Right. So Pisces, this is interesting. This is very interesting, to say the least. Three of Pentacles. So the first thing we see is 1, 2, 3 hands. Okay. This hand at the bottom here and this hand at the top there are two hands that are holding the rope like this. They're holding the rope, they're pulling the rope, they're managing, they're coping, they're doing okay, but they're not quite getting there. Okay, it's like they're pulling and they're pulling and they're pulling, but it's almost like they're stuck in momentum, because they don't have enough strength to actually finish the job, to complete what it is. And the rope is starting to unravel a little bit. Along comes another hand, along comes another person to add that little bit extra, to add that little bit more, and suddenly there's progress. So this card is saying to you, Pisces, that you can't do everything on your own. You need support, you need help, you need somebody to come to what you're doing, to what you're dealing with, to what you're going through, and to help you. And that could be the forest. Okay, it could be somebody who offers protection, who offers support, who offers safety, who offers, I'm going to say it again, protection. Okay, but you at the moment, you're doing a fantastic job, but you can't quite finish it on your own. You need some help, and getting that help, allowing somebody to help you deal with and to transmute the emotions, the tears, the stress, is going to trigger something truly amazing for you. We have the Ace of Pentacles, right? And the Ace of Pentacles, we see there is this person. We see there is the seed beneath the ground. The seed has got lots of roots going everywhere, This person is the tree is the person. The seed is the tree, the seed is the person. So we have this strong system underground. We have this tree, he's got his arms up. It's almost like if you stand with your arms up like that, it's almost like you're connecting to the heavens yourself. It's almost like you're elevating yourself. And then above his head, he's got all this tree that's grown. He is the tree is him. And we have this abundance of fruit. So this one seed, which was once upon a time a fruit, has given life to so much more, given life to an abundance. But Pisces, this cannot be you if you don't get the help and if you don't release the emotions. So we have to release the emotions in a safe and secure place. We need help because we're doing great, we're doing well, but without that third arm, we're not quite going to do what we need to. There is an abundance that waits for you, but we have to take the fruit. We have to plant it, we have to nourish it, we have to nurture it, we have to grow it. And only when it's become a full tree, only then will the abundance come to you. So this is not quick. You are at seed stage. Actually, I'm lying to you. You are a piece of fruit. You are the piece of fruit. You still need to get to seed. You need to be planted, and then you need to grow. Two of Wands, Pisces. So Two of Wands, you can see that he's got his hand shielding his eyes so that he can see further, so that he can see better, so that he can look ahead. Why does he want to look ahead? Because he needs to know, is this path clear? So it is, whatever you're dealing with at the moment, Pisces, we are looking ahead. We need to look ahead. We need to say, right, currently, I can't see the wood for the trees. Currently, the emotions are just all too much. I need help. I need to start at the beginning. I need to start again. I need to be a seed. I need to plant, I need to grow, I need to nurture, I need to nourish so that I may be full of abundance. I need to go back to that point. There are decisions to be made, of course. There's always, life is just full of decision. But you cannot make the decision with the information that you have around you. We need to look ahead. We need to look further to see what is there and then ask the hard question of, is what I see what I want? Is what I see enough? Is what I see what I like? Is it going to give me the abundance? And if the answer to that is no, then we need to look elsewhere. But you need to keep looking. You need to keep shedding. You need to keep doing the work. So Pisces, this is a big emotional week for you. But understand that you can't do it on your own. If you take anything away from this reading, it's about you can't do it on your own. It's time to start over, but it's also time to explore your options. But you can't do it if you don't release the tears, because the tears nourish the forest nourishes you. It's a whole process. It's a whole process. Pisces, sending you so much love and so many blessings. Have an amazing week with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.